to Innovative Youth Podcast with me, Chatia.
With me, Greta.
With me, Philia.
And with me, Chelsea.
It's been a while since our last episode, right? How are you guys?
I've been a little busy lately, guys, so sorry if I haven't been around lately.
No, it's okay. I understand you guys have your own busy lives. That's why we should have fun on this podcast, right?
Exactly. So, by the way, what topic are we gonna discuss today?
Well, today we will discuss school hours. It seems that many of you are interested in this topic.
Oh yes, I think so. We have seen many requests from you all and asked us to discuss it.
Alright, let's move to our topics discussion today. So, we are going to do a little Q&A session. You guys have been sending in your questions and we are excited to answer them live on the podcast.
Okay, let's see. Oh, we got our first question for today. It says, what are your thoughts on why different subjects have different time allocations? Like, why do we spend more time on some subjects and less on others?
Interesting question. I think it's because each subject has a different purpose. The reason is that the curriculum is designed based on considered essential knowledge and what students need in the future. Subjects like math are often considered as basic skills, so they get more time in the schedule. There are also external factors, such as the demands of the working world. But subjects like art or music may be considered less important, so don't get as much time. However, I think these subjects are equally important. We can develop our interests outside of school hours, as long as we have the initiative to keep learning and developing ourselves.
Absolutely. Math is often prioritized because it's viewed as key for various career paths and standardized testing. The idea is that strong skills in this area can lead to better job prospects and higher education opportunities. Besides math, subjects like languages also have a lot of class time. I think it's because language skills are important for communicating, learning other subjects, and even thinking clearly. These skills are useful in almost every part of life, from school to future careers. Lots of jobs need strong math and language skills, so schools spend a lot of time on these subjects to get students ready for the future.
Yes, I totally agree. And we have to remember, as much as we have those subjects, we have to admit that we do have a great education system that focuses on preparing us with essential subjects that will come in good use in our future.
That's right. I totally agree. Anyway, let's move on to another question. I found another interesting one. If you guys can elongate a subject schedule, what subjects would it be? And why did you pick to elongate those specific subjects?
That's interesting. I've never really thought about it before. Okay, so let me share my opinion. I think history and art should have their allocation elongated. Now, I know history and art might be a random combination of subjects that I picked. Now, the reason I picked history is first, in my opinion, we as a modern society should still be taught about how and why we are what we are in today's era. Now, to write down or capture a moment or event, we often use a form of art. We still use a form of art in writing down history, like for example, our camera roll in our phones. I picked art also to understand more of each subject through a writing of history and knowledge, or just to have a form of expressing our unique feelings and emotion at times we cannot express it live right then and there.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. But have you guys ever thought that religion lessons also need extra hours? I mean, religion subjects are useful for developing student characters, right? I think school ought to focus on providing theory subjects, even though students also need character teaching through subjects such as religion. To create good quality students, school should not only teach the theory and lesson, but also be able to shape students' characters to be good. With the additional religion class hours, students will be able to create good characters such as getting closer to God.
That's right. I agree that today's students also need to focus on character development. Such a good opinion.
Yes, exactly. Besides that, I think economics also should have their allocation elongated. Economics lesson will definitely be used by students in the future, if it only requires basic knowledge. I know not all students will continue their career in business and economics, but in our daily life, we also need economics. For example, we need to know about inflation, the reason why prices of many goods go up. Even for the buying and selling process in our daily life, we also need knowledge about economics.
That's right, I completely agree. Economics also helps us to make decisions in everyday life, even for activities like shopping or investing. A basic knowledge of economics can make a big difference. Besides that, studying economics helps us understand big issues like government policies, economic growth, and unemployment. Learning about these things makes us better at following and understanding news about the economy or changes in the policies that impacts our daily life.
Okay, that's all. We have expressed our opinions on each of your questions. How is it, guys? Have we answered your questions?
We hope so, guys. Anyways, besides being a topic conversation here, I think it's good if our opinion can be conveyed as a suggestion to the schools out there.
Right, we hope our podcast can bring positivity to all of you.
Honestly, that was some of the most interesting question that we ever answered and discussed in this podcast. Who would expect talking about school would be this much of a fun?
Yes, for real. We should do this more often, guys, like just chilling and having a mindful discussion about normal everyday subjects. It will be interesting, right?
Of course, it will be so fun.
Well, good job, guys. We're almost at the end. I want to ask our listeners, what do you think? Maybe you have different opinions to what we said. Let's give it to each other.
Alright, I think that's all from us. Don't forget to comment on what topics we should discuss in the next episode.
See you
in the next episode, guys.
Bye.